dating.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure we have to do that every time.
I like it.
Okay.
And like it would be it also makes us like come up with something funny. It's like a title. Like we can say a title as we're saying it. So like an American Armenian do this today. An American Armenian do that today.
Try butt plugs today.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And you can show it with it. Exactly.
And an American and Armenian do this today.
Yes.
Jesus. I am afraid of that thing.
Are we recording right now? Is that what you're doing right now?
Well, we could be. Okay. I don't know if people want to see our outtakes. That's the thing.
Okay.
It is kind of a bitch fest, but
today it's a bitch
yeah,
fest.
we've decided that today this podcast is just going to fuel our angst for our day-to-day life, which is relatable. Everybody goes through this. I don't feel like anything we feel with our jobs, with, our mutual existential crises
or midlife crises.
Our crisis is just specific to us. It's a very relatable thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And correct me if I'm wrong. You and we went through a couple of them this week.
Yeah, I bought a Ferrari. I started dating a 20-year-old model named Capricorn. And I don't know. What did you fucking do? I'm one-upping you on the midlife crisis here.
I just...
ate donuts.
I just ate donuts in my boxers and I cried alone at night. That's essentially what I did.
We've got to work on your midlife crisis skills. Because that's.
Did you just copy Scent of a Woman? Because that's what happens in Scent of a Woman.
Oh, what is the woman named Capricorn?
No, but like they rent a Ferrari or whatever and they ride off in the scene. And I'm gonna put a clip on. I'm gonna put a clip of Al Pacino, hoo-ah, just riding off with a Ferrari.
Hoo-ah! Slow down.
If my midlife crisis mirrors Al Pacino's scenario in Scent of a Woman, I will know that I have made it in life.
I think so. I think that's a great caliber to see if you.
Yeah,
made
that's
it.
like a great barometer.
Talking about Al Pacino, I want you to
hoo-ha!
Hoo-ah!
I want you to say yes, hoo-ha. I said hoo-ha in the most whitest way possible.
Yes, I want you to say hoo-ha.
Hoo-ha. You had
me at hello.
No, I was gonna say you came up with this bit when you went camping in Vermont and you were talking to your mother about Jack Nicholson. It
was a huge fight. I just did a bit about it over the weekend because, and I don't think it was very good. It's more of a premise than anything else, but it's true. I've been camping with my kids and my parents for 4 days, and at that point, we were just so sick of each other that we literally, I think if we didn't love each other so much, we would have pushed each other off a cliff that point.
Yes. Yeah.
We were all cooped up in a very small RV. We were with each other from sun up till sundown.
That sounds like a nightmare.
I said I was going to stop drinking, but that was not the time to quit drinking.
Mike's Hard Lemonade.
That's right. My parents only drink Mike's Hard Lemonade, so that was the only thing that was available to me.
In this story, I'm literally your hype man. Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Yeah, they should fucking sponsor us. Ugh. Okay. But yeah, I mean, I think if I wasn't drunk half the time, that a lot of people would have been murdered. Not just my family, but just innocent people around me because of the repressed
total berserk
rage that I felt just being around fucking people in a closed space. I made everybody leave the RV when I had to make my coffee in the morning.
You had a total meltdown?
No, I didn't. I just can't function and be a human if I don't have coffee in the morning.
That's true.
So and my parents they have a lack of personal space. If they need to do something, they don't acknowledge that you're there. They just get right on in there. And so I had to set rules that everyone has to leave the RV.
Let's be honest. You had to take a shit.
Murder people. Yeah, everybody had to take a shit.
After your coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's generally
honest,
the case. And so there's a little tank that everyone's pee and poo goes into in the RV.
Gray water, right? It's called gray water.
Oh, is that the euphemism?
I've done a lot of research.
Gray water.
I've done a lot of research in the RV
water.
life. They call it gray water. I
okay.
think. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the gray water
See, I'm
smelled
smart.
like.
I can handle things. I'm smart.
I'm smart.
No one was saying you weren't, Daddy. No one was saying you were.
Thank you.
The gray water though smelled like shit, and the whole time it smelled like poop.
What do you mean? Like
in the RV? Yes,
it came out of the toilet.
It did. It came out of the toilet, and then my dad said, "Oh, I need to change the tablets," or they changed the tablets, and they didn't get new shit tablets. And so it also smelled like poo.
Interesting.
Most of the time.
Interesting.
Which was why I was also constantly in a murderous rage when I wasn't drinking beer.
Right.
Or some other beverage. So going back to the Jack Nicholson thing, my mom and I almost got into a fist fight over whether Jack Nicholson was still alive or dead.
I can't believe you guys actually argued about Jack Nicholson.
It was so at that point, when you've been with people for that long in a closed space, I think your normal sense of priorities go out the window. And you're just clinging on to dear life at that point. So we couldn't really hold it in, and I said, I'm pretty sure Jack Nicholson is dead, and my mom just got so upset. She was like, "No, he's alive. I just saw him at a Lakers game." And I'm like, "Mom, when the fuck were you in LA? You live in Kansas. There's no way you were in LA." But she saw him on TV at a Lakers game, and she's the type of person that's like goes to these celebrity events on TV and then talks about them like she was actually there.
I can't believe it. Why were you guys talking about Jack Nicholson anyway?
I have no idea. We were just so, we had cabin fever. We had been cooped up with each other. We had no Wi-Fi. We were completely off the grid.
Off the grid.
In Vermont.
She says off the grid when she has an RV with a stove and a bathroom.
Okay, but it is off the grid if you can't
get
Instagram and you can't get Wi-Fi. We had no Wi-Fi.
That's true.
We didn't even have data.
Our generation is all about the internet. If you don't have internet, you're off the grid.
Yeah. It's sad but true.
Right. Let me fix your mic because it's falling down a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. So this is how I knew we had to get back home or someone was gonna die. My daughter cut her foot open in the lake on some rocks, and my mom and I are fighting about Jack Nicholson on the beach. And she's bleeding out.
Bleeding like crazy.
She's bleeding like crazy. And both of us are visibly annoyed that she's interrupting our argument and that she's been hurt enough to require our attention. Because we want to finish this. And we're thinking, she's saying, what if I need stitches? What if I need to go to the hospital? And we're saying, no, I mean, what's more important is we need to get Wi-Fi and settle this debate.
Because you want to know if he's dead or not on Google.
Yeah, it was very important in that moment. So that's...
I would totally be on your side. It would be crucial to find out if Jack Nicholson is alive or dead.
It turns out he's alive. And I was completely wrong.
Yeah.
And I'd be an asshole if I said I was disappointed. But I also was, a little upset to lose the argument.
Yeah, because your mom won.
Yeah, she did. Usually I win the argument.
But this time she won, and that was a
huge defeat.
So, question. How was your kid in the end?
Oh, she was fine.
Oh, she didn't die?
Oh, that? Oh, completely fine. I actually stitched her foot. Well, not physically stitched it. I did. I got a steri strip. I bandaged it with a steri strip. I put alcohol on it. She was screaming.
It was that deep?
It was very deep. It either required a steri strip or stitches. So I felt like it was also an accomplishment for me to argue about the supposed death of Jack Nicholson while I'm
patching up your kid.
Yeah, patching up my daughter, keeping her alive.
That's just, if that's not like the family fun vacation,
I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite story, I think, so far that you've told me about your parents is how your dad refuses to travel with more than one pair of underwear.
I mean, isn't all dads, don't all dads do that? Don't all dads shit themselves and then clean their underwear in a sink?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh.
And I think that's on Jack Nicholson's Wikipedia page as well. Because I know that he is a dad.
Jack Nicholson has done that.
And he refuses to travel with more than one pair of underwear from the 1970s.
I heard that Sylvester Stallone, which Sylvester Stallone is the same age as my dad. Apparently Sylvester Stallone buys a pair of underwear every day, wears them for one day, and then throws them out.
Wow.
That's like a celebrity gossip about Sylvester Stallone.
Really?
That's like how much of a neat freak and like a germophobia is that he has to buy.
That's like having one a day contact lenses.
Exactly.
You wear your contact lenses once for the day and then you throw them out.
Yeah. And it's probably like the most expensive underwear. It's like the...
You think so? You think it's designer underwear?
It's probably like
Prada or
like
Gucci?
Taiwanese kids do it in a sweatshop somewhere.
Is that the most expensive underwear though?
I don't know. Like, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean... I guess that's another podcast to figure out whether
Sylvester Stallone abuses Taiwanese kids to make underwear. You heard it here, folks. Headline. Imagine we're the Hannibal Buress of people exposing Sylvester Stallone for using Taiwanese kids to make underwear every day.
Is that what he does?
Hannibal Buress exposed what's his name?
Who?
Puddin' Pop, the comedian. I can't.
Puddin' Pop. Can my name be Puddin' Pop?
There's the comedian that like made commercials for Puddin' for like
Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby, yes.
What?
He Hannibal Buress.
He was the one who.
He was the one.
What? How?
On his stand-up,
I didn't know this.
In his stand-up, he said that what's his name again? Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby drugged.
No, his name is Puddin' Pop.
Swirled together so that the right side of your mouth says, I want chocolate jello pudding pops, and the left side says, no, I want vanilla jello pudding pops. You can have both.
I don't know. I want to do a Bill Cosby impersonation. I'm Puddin' Pop. I can't do it. But he exposed Bill Cosby for roofing women and then having sex with her.
How did he know, though?
Well, Hollywood. He's like he has his ways. Hollywood everybody knows their shady shit.
I mean, but did Bill Cosby roofie Hannibal Buress? I bet that's where that comes from. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, he does love pudding pops.
Hannibal Buress likes pudding pops?
No, Bill Cosby.
Oh, okay. I like, in my mind, he enticed Hannibal Buress to come in.
Yeah.
Want a pudding pop?
We should just get shut down right now. This is fucking done.
Yeah. What other things can we bitch about?
Oh, but we don't know that this is one man. This was just I sent you a meme of someone who had filmed an office, and there was a conference room with tigers in it, and there was some kind of a
tigers. I don't remember.
Yeah, there was a tiger mural.
What a douche!
It looked like
what a douchebag.
And then you went into the closet, and the back of the closet opened, and it was a room with a stripper pole,
which is the creepiest
and
thing
a bathroom.
Which is the creepiest thing ever.
Yeah, of course.
Like, most people look at that video.
I think this was in New York City.
Oh, of course it is.
I'm guessing.
Of course it is.
Or Atlanta. I don't know.
Well, I don't know about Atlanta.
Tigers.
But most people look at that video, I'm sure, and be like, "Oh, how cool! Like, I want one."
I want a desk with a throne and a tiger mural.
Yeah.
And a secret room with a stripper pole and a bathroom.
Yeah, but imagine how hard it is to actually find a stripper. And to be like, hey, can you dance in my private room?
Well, how hard is that actually?
Like, you
Come
literally...
on. How much money are you offering them? I mean, it's not...
The process of, like, getting a stripper in your car, driving all the way there...
Oh, you know this from firsthand? So it's really hard to get a stripper in your car. I'm just telling you, kids.
I mean, people don't
firsthand.
People don't know how hard it is to figure all that stuff out, you know? They just see the glam.
How hard it is to get strippers in your car.
Like imagine owning a nice house, and then your house has all these places, but then you have to fill that house with people.
Strippers.
Tits. Hooah.
With strippers, and it's so hard. You know?
I mean, if you're living in Nebraska, absolutely hard. Absolutely.
Listen.
If you're living in Montreal, not so hard.
Are you saying Nebraska because it's like a hick?
Well,
town?
I mean, it's a little more conservative. I don't think people.
There's not a lot of strippers in Nebraska.
I haven't done the statistics. I haven't looked at the stripper stats in Nebraska.
Is there a site like that?
But I'm not sure.
Is there a site like that? A stripper stats site?
Stripper Stats USA. Yeah, you don't know about this? I have another story. I have a more upbeat story about strippers. So I used to live in San Francisco, and you would go to, we used to go to, I can't remember what it's called now. It was like there's Larry Flint's Hustler Club.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So Larry,
Wait a minute. Before you finish, like, Larry Flint has just a club?
Yeah, Larry Flint has a strip club in San Francisco called Larry Flint's Hustler Club.
So it's not like a Playboy Mansion where it's like exclusive.
No.
Like, anybody can walk in.
Yeah, it's a legit strip club.
Awesome.
Well, the strippers were really cool. We used to go to Mr. Being's across the street.
Is that another strip
No,
club?
it's just a dive bar.
Oh.
And the bartender named Bruce, he'd been there for like 20 years. And the drinks were very
affordable,
strong, and very affordable. They had a wooden toilet seat in the bathroom, which I've never seen anywhere outside my grandma's house. And a picture of a painting of a woman on a tennis court lifting her skirt up to scratch her ass.
Amazing.
Someone had stolen that picture at one point because it was such an icon. Yeah, some perv. and then had brought it back, but eventually they got it back. But anyway, the strippers there were very cool because we used to go, this was before the tech boom in San Francisco. This was like around 2000. And we used to go and talk to them, and they used to tell us about their night, and they loved Bruce. Bruce was great. But they seemed, pretty, like Bruce took care of them, they seemed to be doing okay. So I don't have an ending for that story.
You're just saying that strippers usually are taken care of. It's not like
it depends.
Documentary,
but I think it depends on where you work, because in this documentary, remember, this girl worked in the South in some very small towns, and it was not a hospitable place for strippers. I think bigger cities are more, they're better for stripping.
Yeah,
places like San Francisco,
Montreal.
Is
a very open place,
Yeah,
San Francisco. If I were to say a state in U.S. that's very similar to Montreal, would be San Francisco, because they're very liberal, very progressive liberals. There's a huge gay community.
They were. I don't know what it's like now. I feel like the tech companies that have moved in there have done some significant damage to the local character. Because when I lived, I went to bartending school there.
That's where you went. Did you do any bartending school outside of San Francisco?
No. I just went there because I moved there. I'll try to get a job. I ended up going to bartending school. I learned how to make purple Hooters.
Is that a drink?
It's a shot. Yeah. It's got Chambord and something else in it. I don't remember now. Nice. But Chambord is kind of like I think it's raspberry. I don't remember.
Nice.
But and so when I went to bartending school there were a lot of really cool little dive bars that don't really exist anymore. And I got to see a lot of them from Lee, who was my bartending instructor.
Connoisseur.
Yeah, who always looked like she came from a Jimmy Buffett concert. She was I never not saw her in a Hawaiian shirt.
Amazing.
Hungover, grossly tan, bleach blonde hair.
In San Francisco? Wow.
Yeah.
So surfer, like she looked like a surfer.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was like an older surfer type.
Wow.
But it's sad because a lot of that character is not there anymore.
I remember going to San Francisco, and this is off topic from the Bitch Fest, but I remember going to Alcatraz in San Francisco. Okay. Have you been?
Yeah.
I remember when I went, they didn't allow the general public to go on the second floor of the prison jail cell area, because there's a second floor that you can walk around and it's very tight.
Oh, okay.
The reason why they didn't let customers go on it, because they've had fatalities of people falling off the ledge
on purpose or
accidentally.
Just tourists,
yeah. So they had to ban people from going up there.
Do you think that they fell, or do you think that ghosts pushed them?
It's funny you say that, because they said Alcatraz is very, very haunted.
Of course.
Very haunted.
Of course.
I remember going there, and because I know Al Capone stayed in one of the cells. Did you know that? Al Capone was in Alcatraz.
Wasn't he a Chicago gangster?
I know. They brought him to Alcatraz in San Francisco.
I know someone in Chicago who saw Al Capone's toe tag from his dead body.
They have it? They own it?
They have it. Yes.
Whoa.
Yes. That's why I remember, because I lived in Chicago for 5 years. That's why I remember, because the Italian mortuary down the street from where my friend had his art gallery, they embalmed Al Capone. and that mortuary has Al Capone's toe tag.
That's so cool. That's so cool. That's my stuff. That's like, I would love to see that stuff, even though it's creepy kind of. But I remember being such a nerd. I remember asking one of the guards or whoever they are if I can go up there, if I give them like a little like extra.
Oh, you were gonna whoa.
So I gave him like $20 and he's like, sure. And he brought me up to Al Capone's jail cell.
No way.
And he's like, this is it. And it's so tiny. And I was like, I can't believe I'm in the same cell that Al Capone was.
But do you know that it was really his cell? What if they were just, what if nobody knew and they were just, how would they know exactly?
Well, it's in the archives. It's on paper.
All right, that's true. That's
like,
true. I mean, I hope they weren't lying to you.
I hope not. But like, it was very hard to go there. You know, it wasn't an easy thing where we just
because you had to bribe a lot of people. Being from Montreal, apparently that's, you know, what you do.
I can't believe it worked, you know. Usually I thought like when you ask someone, can you do something, like they won't do it, but like he was happy to show me it. And
yeah, he was happy to get 20 extra bucks that day.
Yeah. And I don't know why it was so cool. It was just cool to be in the same cell as him. And then afterwards there was this if you stay there for a while, you can do the night exhibition.
Oh, they have a night
tour
exhibition. Okay.
And then you can see where the Birdman of Alcatraz stayed.
Who's the Birdman?
I'm such a nerd. I know all these people.
No, I don't. It's not.
So Birdman was the most dangerous criminal in Alcatraz. He literally bit a nurse's face off, and that's how they got Hannibal Lecter's story, where he bit a nurse's face off. It's from in the movie bite. In Silence of the Lamb.
Right. Did the Birdman bite her face off in one?
Oh,
bite?
I don't know. But like,
how many bites does it take to bite someone's face off?
That's interesting. But the level of craziness, he was so crazy that each cell of the prison was so tiny. You couldn't go anywhere. You couldn't walk in the jail cell at all. All you could do is sleep and then stand up and then sleep again. But he was so dangerous. They gave him a huge room by himself.
So why would you get more space if you were more dangerous? What's the logic behind that?
Because he was so psychotic. They thought, you know, might as well give him the biggest room. It'll give him ego, and it'll be like.
That's kind of what I'm going for in my job, in my shitty admin job. I'm trying to come across as the most psychotic person so I get the most space. So people will leave me the fuck alone. I mean, there is something to that. You know, I don't want my boss breathing down my neck for a job that nobody wants. If I act crazy, people will leave you alone. So there's something to that. Maybe he was completely sane.
Are you using your vibrator and just like in FaceTime when you do a video chat, you just pull that vibrator out and go like that?
Listen, I know that we just started this meeting, but I gotta go in 5 minutes because I have another meeting is about to start.
I got another appointment. Hoorah!
I want to go back to we could go back to our Alcatraz thing, but I feel like this is a good time to diverge a little bit.
From Alcatraz? But I didn't finish. Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
One more nerdy thing about Alcatraz?
Yeah.
If there's a certain area you go, I guess the cafeteria of Alcatraz, and the tour guide goes, you see that blood spot over there? And there's a huge blood spot on the corner of the wall. And everybody's assuming it's like gang violence or like a criminal violence. Uh-huh. But it's literally from the movie The Rock, Michael Bay's movie.
Yeah.
They
with Sean Connery.
And Nicolas Cage.
Welcome to The Rock.
And there was a scene in that movie where someone got his head blown off and it splattered all over the wall and they never cleaned it off.
What a bunch of assholes.
They just left it
just left it
and now,
at Alcatraz.
And now if you go to Alcatraz, they talk about that one blood splatter on the wall. I thought that was the coolest thing.
Yeah, it is.
Hollywood history, baby.
Hollywood history.
Yeah. Movie magic.
Yeah.
That was my fun fact about Alcatraz.
I mean, it's very fun. I didn't take that tour. I didn't take the bribe the security guards tour.
You just did
I
your
didn't
own
get
thing?
that tour.
You just did your own thing?
Yeah, I just got the basic tour because I don't know that I can bribe people. People are going to be wondering why I have this vibrator. Like, what is this?
I'm going to use that in Instagram videos, by the way.
What, this?
It'll grab attention. It'll like make people watch it. At this point, you just love pushing those buttons. It feels good.
This is literally this is one of the scariest things. It looks like a cactus in the desert. I'm not even sure which parts go where.
By the way, it looks dirty, not because Kara had a wild night with it. It's because I put it in a bag and my bag was dirty.
Yeah.
So
this thing has been just going around. It's been making the rounds.
We're so dumb.
But yeah, this is my first sex toy and you encouraged me to get it and I'm never looking back. This is the best. This is the best thing that's ever happened to me.
I'm so happy for you.
This is the best thing.
I'm literally so.
I haven't used every component like this. I don't know how to get it. I know these look like anal beads. Well, I don't know how to get it up there.
Well, explain it to them. So
I can't.
No, but I mean they call the clitoral stimulation the bunny,
rabbit.
The rabbit, and then.
Oh, it goes like this. It rotates. Hold on. I've got to turn. No, that's the top. And then, it rotates like this. Yeah. It even rotates like that.
This can cut your hedges from your outside.
And
it can do lawn work.
It's got like 24 settings.
That's insane.
Something crazy like that. So you could just go down.
But the butt play thing, it looks like a rattlesnake's rattle.
It does. I never thought of that.
It does. I think that's what like they probably call it that.
So if it's your fantasy to get anal play by a rattlesnake, this is it. This is the one you want to get.
Yeah. By the way, the viewers out there are literally hearing a hum while you're talking in the mic.
What viewers? We have the safety net of having 0 viewers, so we can say whatever we want.
All my family, all my
all of
Armenia,
all of Armenia. Yeah. If you want Tav to get this for you in the States, definitely he can.
Hit me up.
Sorry, I mean Canada. I don't know where I live anymore. Yeah, but so I find this also so amusing that a couple of my friends came over on Friday night and we had been at a show. We had all imbibed and they came up. First of all, they're making out right in front of me. And I find that incredibly rude.
Because you're like, I want to join.
No, I didn't. I'm not. Yeah, I mean, but I honestly, I didn't. I felt like if at any moment I could have had a threesome, that would have been the time. But honestly, I'm very pure. You know me. I'm very pure.
As she's putting a
I am a good Christian woman.
That is
okay. I am a good
ever.
Christian woman.
That, like, hearing you say that is hilarious. Who says they're very pure? Who says that?
I do because I know myself. I'm pure at heart. I don't have any ill intent
That is
towards anyone. All right, we'll slow down here. But
And,
I wanted to impress my friends with my new
But they weren't
toy.
impressed. They were just making out with each other.
Well,
They
no,
didn't
but
give a
when I
shit.
brought that out, I was like, guys, look at my new sex toy. They're like, whoa, okay. And then suddenly that's when the night gets real. I don't know how that is. I feel like for me bringing that out, for me bringing that out, that's like going over to, Uncle Steve's house, and Uncle Steve's like, hey, let me show you my new weed whacker,
And then
it's the same. Like, guys,
hours
I'm
of
just
fun with
showing
the
you
weed
my
whacker.
toys. I'm just showing you my toys like Uncle Steve would. But they didn't stop making out. So I put on Bjork videos so that they would quit making out and get angry. And it worked. They were like, what the fuck is this?
That is
Why are we watching Bjork videos
That
right
is the
now?
best way to cock block someone.
Yeah.
By putting Bjork videos.
But that didn't work. That didn't even work.
But
so
wait.
as soon as I left the room, they started making out again. So I got the bondage straps that I ordered.
Man, we're sharing a lot of detail in our relationship.
Well,
in this
who
video.
cares? Everybody has bondage straps. So I brought the bondage straps out and I started hitting them with it.
Hoo-ah! Congratulations.
And,
That's a great way to use them. That's
It
a great
is.
way to use them.
It turns out it's better than the intended use. Whipping your horny friends with your bondage straps. So it was a great night. After I tortured everyone by making them watch Bjork videos and
then,
whipping them with my bondage straps.
And then one of your friends took one of the bondage straps without him.
Oh
him
yeah,
knowing.
no! I accidentally put it in his bag because all of his
"Remember me
shit fell
by-"
all of his shit fell out of his bag.
I
And
hope
it was
you
like
remember
4
me.
in the morning, and I was just putting stuff in his bag because I thought it was his. I accidentally put one of the bondage straps in his bags, and then he messaged me and said, "I don't know how this happened, but I took home one of your bondage straps."
The person probably took it. Yeah.
So I made him give it back to me the next day at a show in front of all of these comedians.
Amazing.
So it looked like we were having S&M sex.
That is the funniest shit ever. That is the funniest shit. That's the greatest story I've ever heard.
He said it was one of the best nights of his life.
I mean,
even though nothing really happened, there was no sex to be had.
I mean, that kind of story you tell your grandkids.
That's
it's a grandkid kind of story. It's like it passes to generation.
So this woman brought out her dildo, then proceeded to hit me with her bondage straps.
No, not strap-ons. The bondage straps.
Yeah, maybe I should get a strap on just so for when people come over.
To scare them off?
Yeah. You know what? I should have a dinner party where I invite really bougie people from my neighborhood.
It's a strap-on party?
No. I won't tell them, these are the kind of people that, they own their houses. They talk about their kitchen renovations. Where what sports their kids are playing, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. What if I invited them over and just showed them an array of sex toys, like I was giving them a tour of my remodeled kitchen?
Kara, this is exactly what a swingers night is.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna do anything.
This is what a swingers night is.
Yeah, they're gonna think that, and then they're gonna be shocked when I'm like, "Okay, guys, get the fuck out. I'm tired of you." They're gonna think we're gonna have sex, and then I'm just gonna kick them out.
It's like,
and then the next time I
tease.
see them, I'll just say something like, "Oh wow, it was really great to hear about your new kitchen remodel."
That's
completely avoiding the
That's
strap-on
a secret code for
situation.
Kara's nights, Kara's secret party nights. Like, imagine that's your secret code. You're like,
What?
I've remodeled my kitchen, and that's
Oh,
like your
like,
secret. Like,
Come see my strap on.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I find it hilarious that your go-to to stop to make people not make out with each other.
Is bringing out sex toys and abusing them with it.
No, Bjork.
That's Bjork videos.
That's your go-to, and I think that's very effective because if I were there, I would immediately my chub would immediately shrink. Immediately.
Okay.
Because I just.
All right. First of all, I like Bjork. Okay. All right.
I just remember her singing.
In defense of Bjork,
was, like,
I
so
actually
awkward.
like her videos, but I see what you're saying. I also firsthand know what Bjork does to the libido because I went to a lot of art school parties when I lived in Chicago. I worked at the Art Institute. Some of my friends went to the School of the Art Institute, which is a big art school there. So I ended up going to art school parties for a while, and it was really just everyone sitting around watching Bjork videos, listening to Donovan, and smoking weed, and nobody having sex or making out. Everyone's sitting alone and looking very sad.
That's the perfect strategy.
So immediately I know
you thought of it. Wow.
What's the best way to kill libido? Bjork.
Amazing.
I mean, for some people. I can't say for all people.
A lot of people might be turned on by
her
going like,
yeah, she's a very beautiful woman. She's beautiful, and her art is very sensual. It's all her videos look like these organic dick forms kind of penetrating things and vaginas. Like,
are you serious?
Opening up a little bit, yeah. The new ones. I'm not sure about the old ones. Because she's made a lot of videos, so.
Have you seen her attacking a reporter on the street? Have you seen that video?
Personal? No.
There's a video.
Oh, there's a video.
There's a video of her literally arriving to England or whatever, and she's like pushing her luggage, and then a reporter goes, excuse me, Bjork, are you happy to be here? And then immediately, as soon as she says it or something like that, she turns around, grabs her hair, and like wrestles her to the ground. You've never seen that?
No, but I love
it.
I love it. Yeah.
Should I put it?
Yeah. But no one's gonna see that.
You see it? Is it dark?
Oh my God, that's me. That's definitely me. Damn.
She literally said, "Welcome to Bangkok," and she went crazy.
I have seen that. I saw it a long time ago, though.
Oh, the reporter has been pestering her.
So it just looked like it looked like she had done nothing.
I see.
That's how they get you.
They don't tell you all the story. They make you out to be a crazy
so that way it
celebrity.
Gets on television. Just them saying "Welcome to Bangkok."
What a bitch.
Yeah, that's what everyone does. They push your buttons until they know you're going to crack, and then you look like the crazy one. Not saying I've ever pushed a reporter on the street, but
you chopped a man's dick off one time.
But I have chopped several men's dicks off upon meeting them for the first time. But they definitely deserved it because I saw that look in their eye that I didn't like. So, what are you going to do?
This is we're painting a great picture for you,
A psycho?
A serial,
psychotic
serial
person.
cock cutter.
Serial cock cutter. I love that. If I ever get arrested, under my mugshot, I want someone to write serial cock cutter.
SCC, you know who she is.
Wow. See, that is the height of success. I don't care what anyone else says.
Beautiful.
It's the height of
Beautiful.
success.
Well, should we end it on this then?
End it on what?
On a serial cock cutter and the height of success.
Oh, I was gonna go all night. I guess I'll tell my sex doll story next
time.
Next time I'll talk about the sex doll party.
Yeah.
Which ties into the Bjork, like the art school parties, because it was technically an art school party. It was an art installation slash party slash sex doll party.
Well, we could talk about it if you want. We can talk about it.
No, let's leave it hanging. You know, let's leave it. Let's leave it on a cliffhanger for all of Armenia. For the 10 people listening in Armenia.
Absolutely. You know how Armenians are. They love art installation stories. All they think about is how art is shown in an area.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
That's good. Well, check us out next time for more sex toys and sex doll parties.
And a bitch fest.
Bitch fest.
So you want to end it?
Yeah, let's end it.